To all those that have watched or have glanced or have commented on my videos, first of all, I wanted to begin the video by saying thank you. The sheer amount of work that it takes to put in a lot of the editing, I'm going to demonstrate to you in a sec, is a lot. And it was very conflicting for me, at least, to continue coaching, because to stay associated with the game almost felt as though I was to be associated with the same old patterns of toxicity and anger that is plagued with the environment. So I'm going to make this video just to kind of give you guys an update as what happened, because one thing that was brought up to me when I went and spoke to somebody on Medify, and bringing in, I had a coach, Green Warrior, who did vouch for me to want to basically put myself out there. You find that a lot of your business situations tend to be actually very, very much personal problems, and they manifest into the business, whether you like it or not. And one of the things that I found was that I was hesitant to pull the trigger because I myself didn't feel like it fully, like coaching fully aligned with, my life experiences that led up to this moment. And the way in which my life experiences led up to my conclusions on how I should live life is very much that I need to live with absolute love and bringing that forward to everybody. And that isn't to say that you're not going to be able to do that at every single moment, because it's actually kind of unrealistic. That the dimension that we live in is a world and the third dimension is very much full of contrast. So anything you do, whenever you do anything, is going to have two sides of the coin. You're going to have what is wanted and what is unwanted. So in anything that you do, you're going to experience some negativity. So it's like, the truth is it really doesn't matter. I could go and I could help people, or I could not. But what feels more appropriate, And my heart says that I want to do this. I just don't want to feel committed, Because, in order to do a single video, which now, if you guys look on, I'm gonna switch the screens here. This is a single video. It's 2 hours long. And while I'm scrubbing through the footage, while I'm scrubbing through all of this, it takes a 2-hour video to turn into like 30, 40 hours. And in the midst of that, I make separate timelines for like split clips. So I was taking, marker here, and that would be like one video, and then putting it into here and then exporting so you could see that. And so this is now all of what you see right here on this right side. So it's like there's so much work that gets put into that. It feels as though I can go and I can have fun coaching, but then the other stuff comes and then I get burnt out. And then I'm just like, I don't even want to do this. The thing is I enjoy helping people out. I'd imagine going to lands, and I'd imagine traveling, or being like on a Johnny Boy thing and creating content, but it isn't like I don't really fully enjoy it. I do enjoy helping people, but I don't really enjoy this aspect of it, And so I'm trying to at least experiment. And where I'm at in my life right now is such that, I just went through the dark night of the soul, like 2020 to 2023. I'm still going through it. I mean, but I'm crawling out of the valley, where before I was so deep into the valley that I couldn't even see the own sun. Now I've climbed so much that I could see kind of the light in where I'm climbing, and so it's a little bit brighter, at least mentally and emotionally. Partly why I took a massive break from the channel before jumping in and starting to commit into the coaching videos again. It's just I can't really see myself really doing this for a long time. As much as I want to help people, and as much as there's a lot of the issues that are happening in Rocket League right now, currently, with these coaches that are coming out and telling people about things that do not work, I could fix it, but there's only so much I can do. And the truth is, other than maybe a coaching session here or there, I really don't have that many. I don't make enough money to compensate for that, so I have to look elsewhere, at least at the moment. I don't have enough time. I just can't sit there in front of a computer for 12, 14 hours a day like these people do. I mean, just look at a fucking picture of AJ. Guy's an incredible player, but holy shit, he's a twig, dude. Like, I have to explore the world. My life is not going to be in front of this desk. I'm gonna move this. This is my setup here. My life can't be in front of this desk forever. It has to be really doing a lot of other things here. That angle was kind of cool. I can't lie. So what I really want to say to everybody is that I know the value in this. I know that this is something that if I continue to do it, I can scale it. I'm so tired of sitting here for 20, 30 hours just trying to edit a video. And like I need an editor. Like I don't have the enough time to be able to dedicate towards the, I can do just the coaching, but all the back end processes of the uploading and the editing to make it something that is digestible for you, rather than just like scrolling through the minutia. I don't have the attention span to sit there and just like, although the information is extremely useful, whatever it is, even myself, I don't have the attention span. So to sit there, so I want to make something that is like, if it's appealing for me, at least to be able to sit there and watch, I know that on some level it's going to be appealing for you as well. It's a mirror. I can't have one without the other. I can't just say, okay, we're just going to post the raw clips and that's it. It's like, no, I have to go and edit the stuff for you guys, because otherwise it's just lots of ums. I mean, fuck. I mean, just when I'm showing you here on this DaVinci, on the editing here, I mean, I think I scrubbed probably about 20 minutes of footage here. You watch the whole thing, that's 20 minutes of your life, you know what I mean? That I want you to have, So all I really want to say is that to those who reach out to me on Discord and ask questions, you guys are, I appreciate that you guys do pick my brain. And I do, to get the comments that people really found this content to be completely groundbreaking, is beautiful. And I'm glad you see the value in it. If you see me disappear, I'm all right now. I mean, I got through the fucking crazy suicidal part. That was the why do I even living? That was October, really, October 5th. And from then on up until, I would say, May-ish, I did a psilocybin treatment for myself. I did my first journey of psilocybin. I did a ton of research going into that, and had one of the most beautiful experiences. To anyone that's actually, if this is kind of funny because I know this is a Rocket League personal video coming out, but to anyone that's actually curious, according to Andrew Huberman, this is a literature, the literature now for the medical professionals that are out there experimenting with psilocybin in terms of in depression. For those that literally have an absolute irreversible, incurable depression, it has a 60% plus cure rate, which is incredible. And they do this in a setting. So for those that are looking to try and maybe do a journey, if you guys are thinking about it or whatever, the energetic parameters, what you feel within your solar plexus, if you feel an intense amount of love going and open into it, you're going to have an experience that reflects that energy. But if you do not, then you will not have an experience that reflects that energy. So it's important that you really do it when you really feel called to it and you say, this is my time, and the universe will align you with the right people and the right things will come into play. Do not rush it. Do not rush it. So that's my message for that. If you guys, because I know there's a lot of people that are out there that are struggling, and that's partly why I want to go and not do this so much and want to pursue more book reading and spiritual stuff, which there's an untethered soul, and I'm building a binder right now full of my own research with, figuring out history of the earth according to past life regression theory. And if you ever read Edgar Cayce's book, this will fucking blow your mind, dude. It's like a pamphlet, dude. This book on Atlantis is unreal. It's unreal. There's actually irrefutable evidence of our human history dating back more than 10,000 years ago, up to 10 million years ago. And a lot of the information that I'm finding actually is internally consistent with a lot of other people who also channel, just like Edgar Cayce did. And these people channel source. They channel these, it's not beings really. They always identify themselves as, as Romans 12:5 would say, in Christ, we who are many form one body, and each member belongs to all the others, which is really, really interesting. So it's like, oneness is, when my father had a near-death experience, and he told me in like stages, like what was happening. He told me the full vision. And he waited till I was like 12, till I was like, 13, 16, and then 18. And then that's when he told me like the full story when I was 18. But he told me, when I asked him, one of the things, this is when I was 12 years old, we were going to a soccer practice in Lakewood Ranch, I believe at the time, or it might have been Fort Myers. We traveled a lot. And he said, I said, what did it feel like? And he said, it felt like it was a drop in the ocean, but I also was the ocean. To which, when my father died, one of the books that I found, and I was really just kind of experimenting and exploring, because I said, well, he's gone now. I don't really have that parental judgment of, no, you shouldn't do this anymore, you know, which I guess is one of the advantages to not having parents, believe it or not, as dark as that sounds. But when he passed, I didn't have that kind of parental, you know, judgment like holding me down, you know, because so now I could source matters of what is it that I want to do, rather than, doing it and then seeking the approval and then not doing it. You know, it gets muddled. Your own inner guidance, so to speak, gets muddled within that. So when I found this book, it was like something where I was just like thinking, because he was traditional Christian and Catholic, and you know, I was like, I don't want to pick up this book. This is going to be so pagan. It's not of God. It's not the word of God, and all this, you know, like all this religion. They just denounce everything that isn't the Bible, as if to say that there isn't beautiful writing that's out there, that, you know, as if to say that God didn't speak through at least one person at least once in their life. Maybe they wrote a book and there's a quote in there that so resonates so deeply with you, that is so beautiful, that you could take for you for the rest of your life, you know, that helps you, you know. Anyway, he said this in February 1998. This is page 13, or page 13. It's like page 1, pretty much. In February 1998, I had my first dialogue with oneness. What is oneness? I asked silently. Are you God? As the drop of water is to the ocean, that is what oneness is. The essence of the drop as every bit the essence of the totality. As you would understand God to be. Yes, we are God. We are oneness. And so then it was just really interesting, because it was like, as the essence of the drop is every bit the essence of the totality. And that's pretty much exactly what my dad said. And that freaked me out, because right when I read that, I was like, okay, I guess I was destined to 100% have this book. And this book right here will answer so many things on a spiritual level. This is beautiful. It's the most beautiful book. I will keep it for me if I was stuck on an island. But so I'm giving you guys an update. Also just kind of rambling on about spiritual nonsense. And also, real quick, bought my own phone, you know. And so it was really weird, because actually my mom had passed, and, you know, there was Xfinity was going to cut off my bills. And I ended up calling one time. I was like, hey, I called one of the guys. I guess he like extended like 3 months, you know, which is, what a badass, that guy. I'll never know him, but what a fucking badass. And it got me what I needed, I guess, to fix my situation in the meantime. And I guess you could say, you know, Source had my back there. You know, so I just bought my own phone now, which is, I'm going to have my cell service. I'm going to be able to feel like I'm going to be a human again, you know, be able to call up my aunt, talk to her, who I haven't spoken to since really I was a kid, which kind of glad, because again, that whole parental thing, you know, as soon as you get the parents involved, they kind of just want to like, almost like, you know, oh, you shouldn't do this, and just, let me live my life. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me, you know. But you know, the main primary reason why I bring up this video in the first place is just I just, you know, like it's like a double whammy, an inner conflict of, I want to be committed to helping you guys, but I'm also having some difficulty in doing the full commitment, because I just don't simply have the time, and I want to do something else. So I don't want you guys to get upset at me. You know, I just wanted to do this other thing. And if you guys find this information to be profound, share it with others, share it with other people. You know, I put the system out. The system's out. Every concept I teach really isn't new stuff. It's not some new groundbreaking concept. It's all just a repeat of the same shit that I've been talking about since my Professional's Guide to Rotations video and Pro Guides, before they inevitably cut the channel because they weren't making enough money out of it. But that's really it. That's really it. So I'm gonna go have some fun, and I'm actually in the midst of making a documentary. It's not really a documentary. It's like a short film on what it is that I went through, and it has a deeply personal stake in terms of how I reconfigured a lot of unself-serving beliefs in matters of the heart, in religion, in the world, in society, and walking through just every aspect of life in general, and reconfiguring that to now be a product of, I can now source love from it, rather than, oh, but this is just somebody else's truth and I don't really resonate, but I follow it anyway type thing. But more so, now I can just know, but this is my truth, and now I can follow that now. and that feels good to me. Whilst also full well knowing that life experience will be brought so as to challenge that, and it'll be in constant growing of, well, that old truth doesn't really serve me anymore, but this one feels better to me now, and then it's just a constant growth, so it's pretty much moving life in terms of just absolute surrender and faith and love. If you'd like, you guys are welcome to go over to my personal channel, Solution Oros, on YouTube. There's really nothing crazy on there. At least at the moment, I spammed it with a bunch of weddings and gigs that I've done just so I can have the YouTube links, put it on my portfolio because I did freelance videography for a time. But you guys are welcome to go and follow that, and that's where I'll be posting more of my content and my Instagram. You guys can follow me there. It's Solution_Oros. And I'm going to leave the brand. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it forever. Someone Strange is gone. That was my father's name. My father was Someone Strange because he was always the outcast, but I'm not an outcast. That's not me. It doesn't resonate with me anymore. My dad gave me the name, but I'll honor him in another way. I think Golden Light, I think there's better names. I think there's better names for Golden Light. The reason why I chose it is just because my full name is Alexander Lucian Oros. And that means, if you translate it, Alexander means one who protects men. Lucian means the bringer of light, and Oros means gold. So it's like one who protects men, the bringer of golden light. That's how I see it. That's how I interpret it. So then at that point I said, I'm no longer Someone Strange. I am the bringer of light, And my mom always called me bringer of light. And I had an astrologer my senior year who was pretty much the first masculine energy I opened up to about a lot of really, really deep, dark secrets and guilt that I held since I was very young, like I would say a decade then. And he said, be proud of your name. Be proud of your name. This is what you chose. This name is beautiful. That's pretty much when I switched it, and that's when you saw me rebrand. So I want to leave the brand, and I want to pursue my own personal stuff, and I think I'm just gonna kind of go like a lot of different things. Like I'm gonna go a lot of different directions. I'm just gonna post like whatever. I am conservative. I'm sorry if you're a liberal. So I will post some conservative stuff that will be on there. So if that doesn't appeal to you, that's totally fine. You don't have to follow. But anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate all that have been there. If you watch this from the beginning to the end, maybe you put it on a second monitor, or maybe you're on the shitter the whole time in the toilet. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I may post me here and there, but I'm not going to do anything crazy. But I want to communicate and bring this forward to you. So I love you all. I hope all this stuff has helped. Peace, guys.